essentially, you could say you guys are one of the top selling in the world in history online ever. Since the history of the internet.
I'm humbled about it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
When I think about it, I appreciate this moment. I try not to live too much in the past. I want to achieve more. I want to hit more milestones. I still want more. We appreciate BeatStars and like the platform that y'all have created. Definitely changed our life, Abe.
Yeah.
We just built the technology. You guys used it correctly and figured it out.
BeatStars, the foundation, the precedence. We flying flags in every city, global residence. And we killing off the masters. Ghetto slave driving bastards. We making hits faster than you could think. We're on the brink of revolution. All my indie music makers, here's your restitution. We got the game in a chokehold. Not paying the creators is a no-no. I got the smoke road for all the fam bam.
Welcome to the Pay the Creators podcast. I'm Abe BeatShon, the CEO of BeatStars. Today we got some very, very special guests. These guys have over 55 million plays across BeatStars and YouTube. They have multi-platinum hits with artists like Bad Bunny, 6ix9ine. They even got a TikTok viral sensation track called She's Buff. We're going to get into that. These guys are setting the standard for production, quality, work ethic on the platform. These guys are some of the top selling producers in BeatStars history. My dogs, Chris and Mark.
Yo.
Welcome to the podcast.
What's up, man? How you been, bro?
Crowd noise, you know.
Hell yeah. I mean, how does it feel to hear that intro just about some of the shit?
That's pretty epic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's a confident booster right there.
Yeah.
It's like
but you know, it's good to hear, it from somebody else. It's been a long journey, you know, being a producer, and you've kind of seen our whole journey from when it first started to what it is now and all the accomplishments we made. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I've been lucky to have like a front row seat and be able to watch your guys' journey. Super proud of your guys' journey. I had to give you guys your flowers. I'm happy this moment is happening.
Appreciate it.
And your lives are changing.
Thanks to BeatStars.
yeah,
but come on now. You know, the work ethic, the things that you guys do on a day-to-day basis. We're going to get into that. But, you know, I'd love to just start with, you know, who's Mark, who's Chris. Love to kind of hear where you, I know it's Austin, Texas, you know, but I'd love to hear a little bit about you guys. You know.
Well, my name is Mark Christopher Harden, and I'm from Boston. Well, Del Valley, but it's the same shit, like 15 minutes. But That's Chris.
I'm Chris. Do I have to say my whole name? It's Chris.
No, you don't have to.
Right,
you don't have to.
But yeah, I'm one half of BeatDemons. I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I mean, you guys have an awesome story that I can't wait for, for the whole community and for everyone to hear. How did you guys meet? Well, first, let me get to Mark. I think you were telling me earlier, like you had a pretty interesting way on how you discovered making beats. Like how did you first learn how to kind of make music?
All right, so I started making beats like in 2014, and it's crazy because I wanted to be a rapper. So my dad was a DJ, right? And back in the time, record stores were big, so he started like doing mixes, and he had this one mix. It was Value 10, and what he did was he got like a loop. Y'all remember that song, Loopy D?
Mm-hmm. Loopy D. Yep.
Yeah, he did. He made a loop of that instrumental, right? And he wrote a rap, and he got me to rap on it. So I listened to it. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. Even though I sounded like trash. I sounded like trash. The vocals didn't have no EQ or nothing. But
of course.
So when I listened to it, I was like, okay, cool. So I took it to school, and I showed my friend Timo. Shout out to Timo. Honestly, if it wasn't for Timo, I probably wouldn't be making beats. But he was like, hey, bro, that sounds pretty good. I got this game. It's called Music Generator. You can make beats on it. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, man, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. So the next day he brought it. I went home, and then
what platform was that on again?
It was a PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a game. Yeah, it was a game. It was a PlayStation game, and so I went home, and I ended up I spent hours on that game. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty crazy. But I made my first beat, and it's funny though, because at that time I didn't know what a hi-hat was, right? So I ended up using a bird chirp as a hi-hat. It was like pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Sounded like a stormtrooper shooting a fucking miniature laser gun. But
Yeah.
I showed my dad, and he was like, Bookie. Like, that's my nickname, Bookie. And he was like, Bookie, you made that? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, take the PlayStation to the music room. So I took it to the music room. He plugs it up to like this little mixer, and he records it from the PlayStation to the computer. And he was like, all right, we finna do a song.
On that beat you made on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But his dad was also a DJ, so that's why he had the
setup. He had the setup. Yeah,
he had the setup.
Your dad was already doing music.
Yeah, he
Go
was
ahead.
already doing music. He had like a little something.
Mm-hmm.
But so we ended up making a song, and the name of the song was "Welcome to Del Valley." Like at that time, like, who wants to go to Del Valley? So it was,
Hey, that was his hood, man.
yeah, and it is funny though.
represent.
It was funny though. There's this one line that he said that we laugh till this day. We still laugh about it. He was like, "What you know about the dirty South? What you know about getting punched in your mouth?"
I love it.
Like, but why would you want to know about getting punched in your mouth?
What you know about if you want some, come get some.
Yeah, we laugh about that. But
Dude,
but
I got
yeah, that's pretty much how I got started. And eventually, he bought me FL Studio 5, and from there, just
But hold up, rewind, because you know what's crazy? You're not the only producer that's ever told me they discovered making beats on this music generator game on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out. We got to find out who made that game. We got to shout
facts.
him out. We
I
gotta-
think it was MTV, right?
MTV Music.
I
Somebody
never
built
even
it.
heard of
Somebody
it.
developed it. Somebody built it, right? So shout out to
Shout out that game.
Yeah,
and it's
introduced
crazy.
so many kids. Introduced so many kids to the actual like art and craft of just making beats. you
Yeah.
know?
Started a whole wave and then you know it.
And it's
Didn't even know
crazy.
it.
It still has like the platform as like FL Studio, like the way you could like make beats on it.
Fire.
Nuts.
On a PlayStation
That
game.
is wild. I didn't know like that much.
No, I met
I've
so
always-
many.
Yeah, that's
so many.
crazy.
And Chris, like, where did like for you?
Yeah, mine was a little
Yeah.
different.
When did you first get into it?
So pretty much, let me see. So during that time, I kind of had like a rough upbringing. I was always in trouble. I was kind of doing rap, like rapping and poetry and stuff to
Yeah.
kind of like keep my feelings at bay because all the shit I was going through.
Yeah.
And then pretty much I was at a children's shelter. It was called Austin Children's Shelter. And I always used to get in trouble. I always used to fight. And then they made me sit at a piano every time I got in trouble. Then it just turned into an obsession. I just slowly started playing it, taught myself how to play the piano, and then slowly started converting from, rapping to actually making like melodies, and then it slowly transferred into finding FL Studio, and then next thing you know, it just kind of took off from there. Just found more love into like making beats, you know what I mean? It was like an easier way to expressing myself. Yeah. It's a little darker.
We
you know?
got
bro, your shit more inspirational
We
than
gotta
mine.
we gotta unpack that a little bit because
Yeah.
I knew that, and I'm really glad you shared that story.
Thanks.
We went to the same shelter.
It was one
and
of the shelters.
One of
yeah.
the shelters that you were at a few years ago. You had hit me up and said, Abe, I'm gonna go talk to the kids at the shelter
Thanks.
that I came or like one of the shelters I was at, and you wanted to donate some gear, some
Yeah.
studio equipment. They were building a room at the shelter for kids to make music, and I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
When I first, because I didn't know your full story at that time.
Yeah.
And I said, of course, bro. Like whatever you need. Like I'm there. Here in Austin, and we pulled up, and I left that place like bawling, crying.
Yeah. I mean,
Bawling,
it's definitely
crying
like
because-
a wrencher. Like, you know?
Yeah. Well, it was like you were talking to yourself.
Yeah.
In those kids, you were talking to yourself, and you were sharing your journey from being at the shelter. And when we first walked in, the kids were
It just seemed dark, right?
super angry. Like
Yeah.
they didn't even want to listen to you. They were like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Like, what do you want with us? Like,
Yeah.
leave us alone. Like, you know what I mean? And by the end of it, these dudes were lit the fuck up. They
Yeah.
were lit up, and they were so inspired by your story and what you've gone through. Can you take me back to that moment there? Like, what did that moment mean for you to go back and
I mean,
get back to the place that you kind of learned your chops?
It kind of just, it was like kind of like time traveling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish back then I had somebody to tell me the same thing. But, I mean, I kind of did. I had a mentor. He was a lawyer, but I wasn't used to that. Like, he gave me, like, a father figure type of thing to where if I always used to fuck up, and then instead of, like, yelling at me, he would just say, I'm disappointed in you. You know what I mean? And that hurt me more than anything. So I think me going back was kind of just in some way being a figure for them and telling them, like, from my experience and everything I went through, you know what I mean? It was just kind of weird, but it was like, it messed with my emotions after that is the crazy thing about it. But, I mean, it felt good. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's beautiful, brother. And I think that it just, where we were and where we come from, the experiences we have, don't define or don't account for.
I think it makes you like the person you are. So like a lot of the stuff I went through, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I am who I am and the type of person I am. So, I mean, to me, I feel like a regular person, you know what I'm saying? But some people might look at it like, oh shit, like that's pretty inspiring. Like I want to be like you. Still to this day, I mean, talking to some kid and he got some real bad like drug problem and he wants to do music and, you know, trying to like preach to him like, bro, you don't need to do that. Like you can make a living, change your whole life with this music stuff and I mean, see the whole world. I mean, I've traveled everywhere, so just, you know.
You're a testimony.
I feel like a regular person though.
No, but you're a testimony to so many people, man. You know. You said you had a mentor, you know.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Dudley McCullough.
Dudley McCullough. Like, you're someone I've known, both you guys, like, when I sit with you guys and we share so many meals together and so many moments, but the one, like, consistent thing that I get from you guys is this hunger and eager to learn.
Facts.
To learn, to, like, extract information from me or to share, you know, extracting experiences. And I feel, like, so proud. You know, when you guys like bring stuff out of me and I bring stuff out of you guys and we share, we kind of like learn from each other's experiences. And that curiosity must have started when you had probably a mentor, right? Like someone that you can go to kind of like pick their brain. Yeah. So what did that mentor mean to you in your life? And
man, honestly, I want to say he was probably like one of the biggest like pivotal points of my like upbringing, you know what I mean? Like my parents they're there, you know what I mean? Like they're not together, but like they're not what he is, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, pretty much like he just kind of changed my whole outlook on like life, and he was always there, and you know what I'm saying? He always kind of like constantly tell me like, yeah, like you're still young, like you could change your whole life. I wanted to go to school to be an architect. He was like, yeah, you could do that. Like, I used to draw a lot, so I was always kind of, like, artistic or, like, creative and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, he definitely meant a lot. And, I mean, even after I aged out of, like, the foster care stuff, he was still there, which was crazy because I was getting locked up for fighting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, he definitely, like, you know, show that consistency. And it kind of helped me, like, as a person, just, like, you know, understand that there's more out there in life. So, yeah, it's definitely
you know, we
changing.
grow up, and we just like, we automatically think our parents are like perfect, you know?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, our parents are perfect. They're, you know, we're kids, like everything, you know, every whoever's raising us is perfect. And then we get older and then we're like, damn, yo, these motherfuckers just as flawed as me, right? They're just as, they've gone through things just like me, and they're just as imperfect as me, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And, you know, for you to have that mentor to be like, yo, I'm really enjoying this encouragement from this person. I'm really like, this person is feeding my soul in terms of like, you know, what I can believe I can accomplish and what I can do. So shout out to your mentor. I think we wouldn't be sitting here probably without this guy.
Probably not.
You know, right now.
Yeah, probably not.
You know, and Mark, you know, you're a dreamer.
Thanks.
You're a dreamer, and I love the way you dream, and I love the way you're like one of those guys that, you know, you don't like to like limit yourself to a possibility. you like to sometimes take things to a whole different level, and I think you've always done that with music and software, and you're a nerd with the software.
Oh yeah. I am
You're a nerd with the
Definitely
software. Right? When it comes to software production, the way you've just really immersed yourself in it, you're very attentive to detail in your work and what you do, bro. And so like that had to come from somewhere too. Like where did you get the encouragement growing up? Like, was it someone in your family that really also like pushed you? Was there anybody, a mentor? It could have been Chris. Who in your life was kind of like the equivalent of what Chris is to let you keep dreaming? Was it your dad who was dreaming?
I would say it was my dad. Also my mom too. Like I was the only child.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. I think like from the outside looking in, I'm like I dive into like I read people, but honestly I feel like because I have an only child too, so my son has a lot of time to himself. So I think
yeah, that is true. A lot of time, like I remember I used to my imagination was through the roof. Now I was like fucking. Right. Acting like I'm a Power Ranger and shit. But there was one time.
I feel that.
Sorry, there was one time I was like in my room, right? And I was like doing that. And my dad comes in, like, what are you doing? I was like, I felt embarrassed because I was like making these loud noises, playing with myself. Pause.
Just being hella creative, just experimenting.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like I do get the creativity from my dad because like he would spend countless hours on his mixes.
Yeah.
And like I would see him just focusing, like just and like DJing and all that. So I feel like I got it from him. And like he's very tech savvy too. Mm. Like he knows how to like solve certain problems with like technology. So definitely got it from him.
That's dope. So you saw like a real example already of what you could do with music. How do you manipulate it? How do you how do you stay committed to it and believe in it too?
Yeah.
That was in your presence. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but he did kind of force me to rap though.
He's like, like, we're gonna make you rap, son.
It's gonna be
you see a little Bow Wow? You see a little Bow Wow?
Yeah.
You see a little Bow Wow? We're gonna do this.
That was my dream. So I was like, I want to be the next little Bow Wow. But it's funny though, because before that, I wanted to be a basketball player, right? And in 6th grade, I had tryouts. And my dad breaks my toe. He didn't do it purposely, but he was chasing me, and I hit the fucking door stopper.
Oh, damn!
And it broke my toe, and I was like,
"Career done."
Dad, you did that on purpose.
So you would have been the first Steph Curry.
I mean, I'm short, bro. I wouldn't probably have made it.
He's light skinned though.
Possibly.
Shit.
Man, you guys crack me up, dude. Yeah. You guys crack me up. And like one thing that usually groups historically in music, they usually break apart at some point.
Yeah.
Okay? They usually break apart at some point. And you always kind of hear the horror stories of what happened. Someone became a diva at some point.
Yeah.
And you guys, for some fucking reason, for years now, have been able to like really sustain a really good, productive brotherhood relationship. I feel like you guys would have called me if you needed intervention between. Yeah. Like I feel like you guys would have already called me already if you needed intervention between an issue or something. But I've never got that call.
Yeah.
And you guys have this like genuine respect and love for each other. And
oh yeah, for sure.
And I would love to hear from you guys. Like Mark, you tell me what are those ingredients that you feel like that you guys, continue to keep this movement, this mission, this dream going for year after year after year? Like what do you think are those ingredients that keep you guys' relationship strong?
I say one thing for sure is the friendship. Like before anything, before music, before business, is just that pure love for each other. Like I'm able to talk to him, he's able to talk to me. And like I feel like that right there, like regardless of the music, even like if we did fall off or whatever, we'll still be like tight as hell. And I feel like with Chris though, like I don't know, he even though I'm older, I do look up to him as like a big brother. Like he is, like
he compliments you in ways that you need to be complimented.
Yeah, facts. And I feel like that's like the key ingredient right there, brotherhood.
Facts.
Like you can't go wrong with brotherhood.
You're strong in different things, and you're strong in different things, right? Did you, sometimes like, what messes up groups sometimes is like, nah, I'm just as strong on this side too. And no, I'm better here. I'm better. Like you guys have been able to like master supportive role for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one thing about Chris too is like his beats. I'm like, God damn, bro, I gotta outdo him. And then like I'll try to make something better, and then he'll be like, damn, bro.
That's hard.
That's hard. And then he does something, and I'm
Healthy
like, God
competition.
damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. So I feel like that too is just.
So you guys have that openness to be competitive and still push each other because it's all for the same team.
I mean, and even then, it doesn't even feel like we're competing. It's more just like, damn, bro, that beat is fucking hard, and I'll just send him like all these like fire emojis, and then he'll turn around and tell me the same thing, but I'm just like, my beat's alright.
Like, bro, he always say that. My beat's alright.
I mean, he does the same thing. It's like
that's good though.
Yeah,
you guys don't feel satisfied.
Yeah.
You don't feel satisfied.
Facts.
Even today, do you feel satisfied today, like with your music?
I don't.
You don't feel satisfied.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Platinum hits, multi-platinum, and you're still not satisfied.
I haven't yet hit that mark where I'm just like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's a mindset, though.
Yeah.
That's a mindset. Like you must have you must be aware of that because ego creeps in though.
Yeah.
Ego creeps in. Ego's gonna creep in.
I mean,
how do you keep that motherfucker away and still feel like you have that hunger every day when you get in the studio? You're like, I'm gonna outdo myself today. I'm gonna outdo myself today. Like, how do you guys keep that going, bro?
Man, honestly,
all these years.
I don't even. Ego never crept in for me. That's the crazy part. It's always been like, I feel when I think about it, I feel like I'm just a humble person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never not once tried to like flex with the music and like, oh, I'm this person until somebody's like disrespectful. Then I'm just like, hold on, bro. Like, you don't know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? And it's just like one of the things, but like even then I'm still, and I think he is too, you know what I mean? We're just, we feel like regular people.
Yeah. Hey, do you believe in ego death?
Yeah, I do actually.
Like with psychedelics?
Yep, I do.
I feel like, okay, when I was a teenager and like.
Did you experience something?
Yeah.
You did?
The first time I ever got high, I was like 20. And like, I was a whole different person. Mm-hmm. But I got so fucking high.
What was you on?
It was weed.
Okay.
It was weed.
Okay.
But I got so fucking high. And then at that time, my girlfriend at that time, I was like chilling with her brother. And I swear I had an out-of-body experience. And I was looking at myself. I was like, that's how the fuck I look? That's how the fuck I act?
Astro projector.
You think so?
That's what it's called.
Bro, I was like, I was disgusted with myself. And then like, ever since then, it's just, I haven't been like that person to like be arrogant or like, just like brag about shit.
Damn.
It's
I had an
crazy.
ego death when I got cancer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
But even before then, I feel like, I don't know.
You don't think I ever had one?
Nah, but that's what I've always seen Abe as like a real, like genuine, but like hungry, like I want to spread love amongst the community.
Oh,
but at the same time, you still like, you still talk the shit because BeatStars as a platform, like, bro, you changed our life. Like,
Bro, you a legend, bro.
yeah, I mean, like,
You a
bro,
legend.
they gonna look back and be like, remember back in 2000 and what year are we in? 22?
22? Yeah.
They're gonna be like, damn, like, that changed the music. I feel like y'all were like a pivotal point, but even then, like, I still feel like you've always been a humble person, but everybody has their own like demons or what they perceive as themselves. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Those words mean more to me than anything. Thank you guys. You
Thanks.
guys
Man,
make
you the man, bro.
you guys make it all worth it for sure.
Thanks.
For sure. Even all the sacrifice that I had to put in my own life. Like you said, like you said, maybe the ego was not as like you didn't notice it, but I still needed to check myself at some point. At some point where
yourself gets the better of you. Like, I don't know. For me, sometimes, I feel the same way.
I think when I was diagnosed with cancer, I felt like the shot clock turned on. Mm-hmm. And we're going through life like
facts.
We're going through life, and we don't look at the shot clock. We're not looking at it. We're like, we're just moving. We don't know, like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week, or I'll do it the year after, right?
Yeah.
But when you get diagnosed with an incurable disease,
Facts.
and you're like, yo, my time is limited on this planet, definitely go into a weird, dark place,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and you know, I realized no matter like how successful I was or how much things I can brag about that I've got, the material things, whatever it is that I have in my life, it don't mean shit.
At all.
It don't mean nothing, dude. You taking nothing with you.
Yeah.
You taking nothing with you, and the gift is life.
Facts.
The gift is life, and the people in it, and the moments that we could share, and the memories that we can make, man, and the history that we can, and the legacy.
Facts.
The legacy that we strive to leave, the legacy that you guys are building for your families, and the legacy I'm trying to leave here for my families and the community, you know. But yeah, it's, you know, there. I believe that we all go through these transformative, transformational
Like
moments in our
your
life. Yeah. There was a reason I feel like why we met even.
Yeah.
You know? Can you guys share a little bit how we met?
So pretty much I think we uploaded a beat and it was
that 5 on this sample.
yeah, so everybody look at it like, oh, that's the 5 on this sample. But then like when I dived into when Abe brought it to our attention, he's like, hey, I don't think y'all could be using that without clearing the sample. And I was just like,
Yeah, I didn't know who you guys were yet. I
yeah,
didn't know
nah,
who you guys,
we
I
were
didn't know-
still new to the
Yeah,
platform.
I didn't know who you guys were yet. The beat started charting. The beat started charting, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Yo!" I mean, I'm from the East Bay. I'm from
Yeah.
Oakland. I know I got 5 on it sample. So when I heard the 5 on it, so you guys uploaded the wrong beat for the wrong guy because
he
I
was
was.
just like, who the fuck is BeatDemons?
He demoed.
And back then,
rolled up
I
on the
was,
bike.
back then I was doing everything. I was customer support. I was content.
You're getting it,
and
man.
I was doing it all, right? So I was like, yo, who are these guys? And why are they uploading? But then I started going through your catalog. I remember. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. They uploaded the I Got 5 on it sample. I'm like, we're going to hit them up. We got to tell them to take that shit down. Because I heard it. I was like, you can't do it no more. And then I listened to the rest of your guys' catalog. I'm like, yo, these dudes are crazy.
Yeah.
What? Oh, and they're from Austin?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you guys were in Austin.
I didn't know either.
And then I think I sent you guys like a DM or,
Yeah,
or a tweet or something.
so you wrote us and I was the one responding. You were you were just like, hey, I don't think y'all could use this because this is my homie's song sample.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't get like to be mean, you know. I was just like, hold on. And I hit up Mark. I was just like, bro, that's a sample of a sample.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
So I
That's
looked
true.
it up and it was this old song that dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
pretty much like I was like, hey, bro, like
I think I probably used it just as an opportunity to talk to you guys. To be
I don't
honest with
know.
you, I was like, let me hit him up so I could.
that
talk
would
to
be
them.
kind of cool if you did. But
Yeah.
nah, pretty much. I know I just told you, and I was like, that's actually the song, like a sample from this old
Right,
song.
right.
And then one day you went live, and I think we kept kind of like communicating a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
And then I seen you go live. You're like, yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, and I was like, oh shit. And then I know I wrote you back on I don't know if it was an
Maybe
email
Twitter,
or
maybe. I don't
something.
know.
And I was just like, hey, bro, I didn't know y'all were in Austin. You were like, yeah, hell yeah. And I was like, well, fuck, let's link. And then
Yeah.
we went, and I still remember we went to go get the Five Guys burgers.
5 Guys. We're at 5
Yeah,
Guys.
we're at Five Guys
it was
right
Five
there.
Guys?
No,
Yeah, it's Five-
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think
Burger
it's
Five.
Burger Five.
Burger Five.
Yeah, it's 5 in here. I got 5. I mean, but you have
Oh,
to.
it had a
I
5 on
got-
it.
I mean, it makes sense, you know. I
Full
got 5
circle,
on
full
it,
circle.
5 burgers. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Now that I think about it, what the fuck? We went to go get.
You guys were hella.
What a
You guys were
coincidence.
hella shy.
Yeah,
You guys were hella shy when I seen you when I first met you. You guys were like, oh.
I didn't know what the fuck to expect. I'm thinking like, oh, this is Abe.
I know.
Like, BeatStar. It's the owner of BeatStars. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like, man, we gotta be on our best
Like, I
behavior.
gotta say a prayer before we eat.
Come on, dog.
You know what I mean? Like,
You want to do it, Mark?
that's why I didn't know what to expect, man. It's like, you know, you
Oh,
gotta,
man.
you know, this is the platform we're part of. And
Yeah, and you guys weren't like, you guys were just starting out.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know what it was, man. Like sometimes I'll do some random shit like that. You know, I'll do some random ass shit and be like, yo, I like this dude's music or this
Facts.
girl's music. And I'll reach out and I'll just develop a relationship with them out of nowhere if they'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't, all good. You know,
Yeah,
go on with your
yeah.
life. You know, it's all good. I'm still a supporter. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes you guys respond And it's for me, man, you know, being a rapper, still dreaming about making music, still like, you know, BeatStars is like a candy store for me, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
And it's, you know, and for all the rappers in the world, it's a candy store. It's a candy store, bro. It's the most beautiful music in the world, bro.
Whatever flavor you want. It's on this
bro, I mean, yeah. Snow the Product, shout out to Snow. She hit me up one day and said, "Man, BeatStars is just a buffet of vibes." I was like, "Girl," she's like, "Yeah, it got me through all my." She said it got me through a hard time of her life, you know, just being able to go and just listen to beats and make music. And man, shout out to Snow, man. I fucking respect her from the Bay too. I love Snow.
Nice.
I love Snow. But yeah, did we ever try to make that connection with you guys? Hopefully we will. But anyway,
I don't remember.
Anyway, we get that you know, that Latin connection, that Mexican connection.
Yeah, I mean.
She's doing some amazing things. She's
independent, right?
Independent.
Or like, yeah, she's been. I've actually heard about her. Yeah, I've actually heard about her. I know she's like an independent artist, and she's kind of doing it without a label.
She always should have been independent. She was signed to a major at one point, and she was doing all the work. She didn't really need to sign to no major label. She was always independent. So anyway, shout out to Snow. I respect the fuck out of her. We got to get her on the podcast at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
But like talking about. She was someone that was only rapping in English, dude, and super fast and super technical. And then all of a sudden, when she went independent, she's like, I'm going to embrace my Mexican heritage. I'm going to go collaborate with artists in Mexico. I'm going to collaborate with producers in Mexico. And she started touring. I think she even lives there part-time. Like, she is super heavy in South America. She's touring in Colombia. Anyway, at some point, that happened to you a little bit because I feel like both you guys weren't really making music for the Latino community. You weren't doing reggaeton. You guys weren't doing that kind of music. When I met you guys, you're not doing that. You guys were making the trap, big drums, big drums, and it was just like that was the sound of that moment. You know, everyone was kind of diving in. But then at one point, you guys started really introducing more cultural music into your stuff, and it became like, oh, BeatDemons got a different dimension to them, a different angle to them. What was that moment for you? Because I know you don't even really speak Spanish, right?
No, I don't. So that's the thing. It's crazy. So my girl, she's fluent in Spanish. I believe her first language was Spanish. You know what I mean? Her parents are from Mexico and stuff like that. So I kind of just slowly started. I've always kind of like, it's always been in my life, but I've never really like, I don't want to say it like this, but like embraced it or like, I don't know. It's just one of those things to where
you weren't exposed to it enough.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff I was exposed to was just like the streets. You know what I mean? Like nobody really spoke Spanish where I was at. And my parents, they're fluent in Spanish, and you know, but they don't. The language they mostly spoke was English. And then but pretty much she was real fluent. She used to listen to like reggaeton and stuff like that. And I mean, it just slowly just like came into my life where I'm just like, damn, like I do like this music, you know what I mean? Like it feels good, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the thing about me is like when music, like the way it feels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just the feeling, and I don't know, I just slowly started to embrace it, and then the next thing you know, that Bright Tiago, Bad Bunny stuff happened, and it was just like one of those things where it's like, damn, like that shit is fucking huge, like, you know what I mean? Like,
just because you decided I wanted to embrace my culture.
And it's crazy because the Bad Bunny stuff, like she loves reggaeton, you know what I mean? I even went to a concert where Ozuna and Bad Bunny were performing before I found out right afterwards that I had a platinum song with Bright Tiago and Bad Bunny. So I'm in the crowd like, who the fuck are these people? Like, it's new to me, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, by the way, you got a platinum record with so-and-so. And it's just like, whoa, what the fuck? And then after that, it was like, damn, like.
You heard it on the radio, right? Like you had heard it on the radio?
Yeah, so she was listening to Bad Bunny on Pandora. And then that song fucking comes on. I'm like, hold on, that sounds like my beat. What the fuck? And it was just like one of those things was like, oh, shit, like. It was crazy. It was like a mind fuck. But yeah, I mean, I would say like music, like the Spanish side, you know, was influenced by her. And, you know, yeah.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. It's like Full circle moments.
Yeah, that's
now
what
you
it
full
felt
time.
like.
Now you full time.
Full time, you know what I mean? Nah, but
I'm
really,
joking. I'm
I've
just
even,
saying.
I mean, for what it's worth, I've even put in the effort to try to learn Spanish. So
That's good.
you know what I mean? Duolingo.
Hell
up,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But,
yeah, I tried that.
yeah.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
First of all, that was a big song. Netflix.
Mhm.
That was a big song. And it was kind of like that song came out really like in that beginning wave of this new
New. Like,
Latin rappers and artists, before Bad Bunny was really not
Yeah.
big yet. He wasn't really that big yet. But
Yeah.
man, how proud are you guys how proud are you of seeing all of these artists from all these different places like Puerto Rico, from the Dominican, from Mexico, from Colombia, like going out there like representing the culture like crazy for their people.
it's wild, man. I just feel like it's been a long time coming, like, for them. You know what I mean? Because the thing is like with my girl, like, since she speaks so much Spanish, like, it's crazy how like dedicated to the music they are. Like, they're super fans. You know what I mean? I feel like in like rap music, like, you might have some super fans, but in the Latin like community, they're like hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's weird, but it's tight, man. I think it's pretty tight.
They really support each other really
Yeah,
much.
facts.
Mark, you got this whole like I don't know if we even planned to even talk about this, but you got this whole alter ego.
Oh yeah.
You got this whole alter ego because you're the guy making noises in your room, experimenting in these different characters, and you light skinned Jedi track gonna eat. You got some moments, and I'd love you to talk about, like. The anime culture and how it's like really impacted you and your music in that
man.
community, because you've like even outside of the Beat Demon stuff, you've developed like a community of people that love music tied to anime, and probably a lot of people don't even know that you got songs that got millions and millions of plays and views with. So talk a little bit about how you tied your music and your love for anime into this artist that you've created. It's kind of like a virtual artist that you've created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it was like, I don't know. So when it comes to like EDM, I always been a fan of EDM music. Because I feel like with EDM, you got no like hold. Because, with like trap music, like in today's times, like you have to stick to a certain formula. But with EDM, you can do whatever you want. You could express your creativity. And I feel like back in like 2015, I was like, you know what? Let me just do anime theme songs and throw like a trap beat, but add like some variants of like dubstep or whatever. So I started doing that, and my homie SSJ, we had a YouTube, like we'll play games and shit, and then like his fan base started like fucking with my music. So it started like build up, and then like I think it was like 2016, 2017. SSJ, he was like, you should do a remix of Ultra Instinct, which is a Dragon Ball Super, and like it was like very popular. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. So I ended up doing it, but honestly, I didn't really like it. But I released it, and then he put it in his video, and the next thing you know, that shit just went viral, like super fucking viral. And then like other major like YouTube channels started posting it, and then there's this one called Trap Music Now. They posted it. I think it's like at 32 mil.
That's crazy.
32
It's
mil.
probably already platinum. You don't even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? But it just sucks though, because it's it's a remix. I wish it was like more original, but it's a remix. But I'm still happy, for the accomplishment. And
because it impacted that culture.
Yeah,
It
like,
impacted the culture.
bro.
That
And to this day, like people still share that, still love it, still like use it in their videos. I'm just like,
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a cultural moment for that anime like gaming world.
Yeah, and like, have you heard about nerdcore? Mm-mm. So it's pretty much about anime rap, and it's like very big. It's to the point now that like Spotify made a certain playlist for them, and like it's blowing up. And I feel like the nerdcore will be the next wave.
I mean, my kids love it, man.
Yeah.
My kids are so into it. They love the music, the storylines, like
Bro, it's beautiful.
They want to go to Japan like now.
Bro, I want to go to Japan too. Like,
Japan too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I love anime.
That's cool, man. It's like, they have their community, and you kind of tapped into that, and you were able to mix in your love for gaming and anime and kind of use your skill and your talents to kind of touch that. And then Chris, you develop a love for the Latin music, and you kind of made your impression there, and you found these like niche places for your music to be heard and at scale and hundreds of millions of plays. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's like a lot of producers get kind of
stuck in the same.
They're like, they not stuck. They think that, oh, this is my only pathway. I got to sound like every other, you know, top 50 or top 10 on Spotify kind of like song or like I have to follow this trend on Instagram, whatever, you know, and they don't really capture their community. They don't capture their audience. They don't, you know, and so I want to just hear from you guys, like, because you guys were making all kind of different styles of music, when did you, when you focused on like your niche and who you are, when did that happen, and you know, why did you make that decision really, and how's it impacted your business? At the end
I
of the
feel
day?
like it's really hard to say, because when we first started, like, our first beats were R&B. That was what kind of like made us like pop off.
And those were really good too.
Those
were really
we
good.
still go back and listen to them. We're like, what the fuck?
I mean, some of those went crazy on the platform
Fucking
too.
Bananas.
Yeah. And then after the R&B, I think it switched to the Cardi B types, right?
Yeah, Cardi B and a little bit of dance hall.
Yeah, the Cardi B types and the dance hall, and then it switched to the reggaeton. And then the guitar beats. You remember when the guitars were pretty big? Yeah. And then it switched to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. And then it was still kind of
I'm really surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised Megan has not jumped on a BeatDemons
Megan
beat
Thee Stallion or Cardi B.
Either one of them.
If y'all watching this, hit us up.
Yeah.
We got some fire for you.
I mean, Megan's new single, Pressurelicious,
I'm pressurelicious.
hard. Shout out to, I think, is Hit Kid on BeatStars.
Oh shit, he made that? What
Hit
the
Kid.
fuck?
Nice.
That's crazy.
Fire.
That's fucking
Hopefully
wild.
I didn't get that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Hit Kid. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
but
we're trying to give you flowers. There's so many different names.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I mean, I just think it was just, it's kind of a blur at some of the points of when like stuff kind of like pivoted for us. But for the most part, I think it was like a little bit of life and like that kind of made us jump into those different like genres. And then the same thing now that I listen like about like the pop stuff and like how he's, you know what I'm saying, with the game and stuff, like I feel like he brought the pop in, and then I was kind of with the Latin stuff, and it was just it's just weird. It merged, and I mean that's how the dancehall. Because if you listen to dancehall, in my mind, in a weird way, it kind of sounds like pop music. You know what I'm saying, and like that EDM vibe, but it still has like that soulful, like you know what I mean. So it's weird when we like go back and think about it. It's just like,
how do you know when to shift focus? How do you know when to like
change?
Honestly,
it's just a natural feeling. You don't. You just when you sit down, it's what you're where you're feeling at that moment.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I sit down, I'm like, oh, I want to make this kind of beat, and I'm gonna upload this type of beat. But at the same time, you know, sometimes it's really just like
based off a feeling, man.
Yeah, I'm in this mood. I want to make this. So it's weird. I mean, with creativity or just like beats in general, I feel like it's so random.
Can we get into 6ix9ine a little bit? And
I mean,
Google,
talk about it.
so
yeah,
the huge song,
fucking huge,
huge song,
super huge,
big ass song. You guys were kind of in a lawsuit. Almost? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. But there was a situation where, and I don't know if we can get too deep into it. We can edit if we need to, but hopefully not. Hopefully the story can be told, because I think it's really important, because BeatStars was kind of a part of it too. Yeah. And there was a producer on the platform that allegedly got really, really inspired by one of your guys' beats. Super inspired. Specifically, like, it was one of the top 6ix9ine Tekashi type beats on YouTube, inspired. And
even though we were one of the top 6ix9ine type beats.
Yes. You guys were dominating the charts on Tekashi 6ix9ine type beats all over YouTube. You guys were killing it. that beat for Gooba was uploaded to your YouTube channel years before it came out. I believe years before.
2 years. Yeah.
2 years before it came out, and this song hits the market, and it shakes.
Yeah.
It shakes the world in a way because he's this controversial character, and we can get into all that. We don't have to get into all the specifics of how we feel about his tactics, but
he got there.
Big song.
Yeah.
Big song, big video, big song. It was like, was it his comeback moment after?
Yeah, I
think
think
it
that
was.
That was his first song he dropped when he released like when he got out of jail.
When he got out of jail. And it got, I mean,
it went stupid. I think it went platinum like in 2 days.
That's
or something
crazy,
crazy.
bro.
It
That's crazy.
It got there.
all in all, at the end of the day, there was a little bit of dispute, and thankfully that dispute has been worked out. This is not the first time this has happened to you guys, and we're not going to have to get into too much detail. But being an online producer and being a producer that's not afraid to share their art freely and openly with the world, because you want to collaborate with the world. You're like, I don't want to hold back my art. You know what I mean? So that's your guys' mentality. But then there's always people that could be malicious and maybe, not knowing they're being malicious in ways, and they can misuse your guys' intellectual property, your music, your copyrights, your real estate, things that you own, that you created from your brain, and can gain success, massive success. Now it's happened multiple times, multi-platinum songs.
Yeah.
And you guys have been kind of like an inspiration to
A lot of them.
to a lot of people that are in these studios, and especially within the major systems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you've got your ownership back,
Facts.
and you guys are will be credited in history as the creators of these sounds and these moments in music. And I'm so happy, and I'm so happy that we were thank God we were a part of it, and it was something that you guys came to us and said, hey, this is what happened. This is what's going on. And my blood started to boil. My blood started to boil. It killed me to hear that my dogs, first of all, and our members, and this is now not the first case we've, helping tons of producers now so far in these kind of scenarios, but we live in this imperfect world where people steal.
Yeah.
People steal. And gaining your rights back, gaining your ownership back is an expensive endeavor.
Yeah, it's a bitch,
so
bro.
like producers every day on BeatStars are getting, some of them potentially could be, their music, their inspiration, their sounds could be getting robbed right now. Could be getting robbed on the platform from producers that are in the system, right?
Yeah.
And they're being taken advantage of, and they may not have the financial resources to fight for their rights. Thankfully you guys were financially great and set.
Yeah.
You guys could fight your things, and you guys were kind of like had a luxury to be able to go fight for your rights and get it back. You know what I mean? But so many producers are not in that situation.
And I feel bad for
Yeah,
them.
it sucks.
I really
Every
even
day.
then if you do fight back, it's still one of those things to where it's like you're gonna spend so much money, you don't really get it takes away the joy of like the achievement.
Yeah.
It's just like damn.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
what
mean?
we got a message for all these producers that are inspired by other people's work?
Yeah, don't steal people's work.
And just hit us up and
yeah,
collaborate.
like bro, it literally is that easy where, we're gonna bust it down. Like if you make a situation happen, like we're gonna, like give you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, collaborate with us.
Yeah, we're all working, and that's another thing. Like this moment for that producer and the other person could have turned into more platinum hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is our style. Like the Cardi B beats, it was actually the only reason why we started putting 6ix9ine is because like on the like vidIQ stuff,
search.
It started saying like, yo, this is starting to have an uptrend. Use this keyword. You know what I'm saying? And like this is our style. This is what we do all the time. So if you would have just came to us, collabed with us, brought it to us, you know what I'm saying? Like we would have had plenty of beats after that to follow that's the same style. Same, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we specialize in. So you could have had more plaques instead of just one and have this bad thing on your name.
And a great relationship with people that inspired them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I just think we get so short-sighted, man, as creators. We're so like, And I think sometimes the industry does that to us.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
Divides us.
it brings entitlement.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part to it, is like some people feel entitled to another person's work to a level to where it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's happened to us multiple times where they're like, no, I made that. I'm like, yeah, you copied us.
It's
You know what I
bullshit.
mean? And it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like, bro, like collaboration
Easy
is key.
collab.
It's
Easy
easy
collab.
collab, bro. And then that's another thing. Like we would have got placements, and then we're making all this money off of BeatStars. Like, we could have uploaded some collabs that got you passive income.
For sure.
So they really just like kind of like
Relationship builder.
yeah, they cut their shit in half to what they could have achieved.
Yeah. They
So-
burned that bridge.
Yeah, there was one time a big record label when I was working at Ingrooves at a music distributor back in 2007. It was like a big record label. I think one of their artists had distributed some music with us and didn't really like have clearance to do it. And I didn't know that. I was working with the artist directly, right? And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that artist has clearance to do stuff. And the record label hits me up like, yo, you guys don't have clearance to put this out. Let's get on the phone.
Yeah.
So got on the phone with this label, and they were super like collaborative and wanted to collaborate and do things together. Like, okay, let's put this out through you, and let's also
work it out,
let's work out the rest of the catalog that we have, and what else can you guys do for us, and what other
Yeah.
So it's built a relationship. And I think people get scared. They get so intimidated. When especially when they've done something wrong. They get so intimidated just to reach out.
Yeah.
Have a conversation. For the most part, man, people are pretty like, pretty receptive to and open to like, to working things out. And I think people are just scared of confrontation, and they're scared of,
Yeah, I think
know.
it's just more so also like they never been through that experience. You know what
they've
I
never
mean?
been through it.
So like in the beginning, like similar situation happened. I never been through that experience. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, what do we do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we still like figured it out, but at the same time, it's one of those things where like, you just got to talk it out, man, and figure it out. And at the end of the day, if something that big of a deal to where it's going platinum, like, I mean, there's more money behind that to where if you're working with somebody instead of working against them. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys got a platform which is beautiful. You guys have luckily being one of the biggest selling in the history of BeatStars. Like, how does that when you hear that? And think about it too. Like, BeatStars is the online. I'm not trying to like
y'all the
flex,
shit.
but
Yeah,
you're saying
y'all the shit,
BeatStars is the online
The best
destination for
platform.
15, 14 years now. We kind of pioneered this whole thing.
Facts.
So essentially, you could say you guys are one of the top selling in the world in history online ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
That does feel
Since
good.
the history of the fucking internet.
I mean, I'm humbled about it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Uh-huh.
It feels pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. So when I think about it, it's just like, I don't know. I appreciate this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I try not to live too much in the past. I want to achieve more. I want to keep going. I want to hit more milestones. I'm still hungry, man.
Yeah.
I still wanna break. I feel like we haven't broke into the industry, even though we've got these plaques and have some relationships and stuff like that. I still want more. You know what I mean? And that might be good. It might be bad, but I mean it's part of the journey. But I mean definitely like we appreciate BeatStars and like the platform that y'all have created, man. And yeah, I mean. Definitely changed our life, Abe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But I
bro.
appreciate you as a homie, too. You
Yes,
know?
sir.
Like, yeah. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys, we just
dope.
built the technology. You guys used it correctly and
yeah.
figured it out and put a
Yeah.
strategy to it. Had a lot of like, it wasn't it's not like an overnight success.
Nah.
It wasn't, especially on BeatStars. To build that kind of business on BeatStars, the platform can't do all the work for you.
Facts.
And yeah, it could be part of the vehicle, part of the process. Sure, and we're not perfect. We're still trying to get better at what the hell we're doing. We're still trying to
Improve.
Yeah, of
And
course.
That's the
Yeah.
thing about y'all that I think we appreciate the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like y'all constantly are improving the platform. So, yeah, bro.
I mean, the show's called Pay the Creators, right?
Yeah, facts.
And I think we started that movement, and it's kind of like you don't ever see like a music technology company especially in today's music industry, waving the flag and saying, pay the fucking creators, please. Like, just stop, right? And it's like, I think we had to take like a really bold stand, and we're having these conversations about you guys having to fight for your rights, and you guys having to fight for what you've done, and the freedom and independence that BeatStars has kind of like provided for you guys and able to build, you know, your sound kit business, your beat selling businesses, your services, everything that you kind of built on the platform. But what does the term pay to creators like mean to you guys? Like, when you guys hear that, do you guys feel like, I don't know, like what does that mean? What does that mean to you guys? Because have you guys ever gone to a situation where you guys weren't getting paid, weren't seeing the fruit of your labor? So I don't know. Expand on that, Mark.
I mean, pay the creators. I feel like, okay, we're all creators, right? And we just would love to see, like, you know, the acknowledgement. You know, like, the money's cool, but for me, I feel like I just want to be acknowledged for my creation. You know, like the Ultra Instinct, right? With the trap music now, when they posted it, they will go on my channel saying, you didn't make that. Yeah. That was Trap Music Now made that. Like, bro, that hurt me. I was like,
that's
what
the entitlement.
Yeah, like, bro, like, I made it. Like, how y'all gonna tell me? So I literally had to like keep posting, and it, like, eventually I got it on Spotify, and like people finally gave me like my roses, and I feel like, you know, pay the creators, like, just give us what we deserve.
Facts.
Right.
You know?
And that wasn't always the case though, man.
Nah.
Like, even still isn't, kind of, you know, there's still these walls that are being built at, you know, the major music services, and like even YouTube has a problem paying producers the right way.
Yeah.
You know, like with the content ID system is very flawed, and not understanding, you know, how to deal with multiple masters and multiple licenses for non-exclusive. Like, producers are probably losing billions. Probably losing billions from all of the derivative works on YouTube. So it's like, we're always, as producers, we're always trying to like, and us kind of helping to represent the producers and the artists too, is like, we're always having to like fight.
Yeah.
We're always having to like
Constantly
get
like,
the credit.
yeah.
Like, what do you mean we're not part of these songs? What do you?
We made half the That's the fucking crazy part. It's like, bro, like no offense to some of the rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have their own art in themselves, you know what I mean? But like, bro, I literally sat here, played these keys, put these fucking drums on there, you know what I mean? Like, mixed it on top of that, and then for us not to like get credit properly. It's just like,
but there's a lot of rappers that credit great.
No,
and labels too.
Yeah,
and labels
definitely.
Too.
But I'm just saying, like in general, sometimes
the platforms too.
Yeah, the platforms too. It's just like one of those things. It doesn't always happen, and it's one of those things that's kind of frustrating. You know what I mean? So
like, it doesn't happen automatically.
Yeah, it doesn't happen automatically.
Like, this is our intellectual property, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's one of those things to where like, I wish it was easier and we didn't always have to fight for it. Yeah. But yeah, you know, some artists are cool, and you know, it's automatic type thing.
Yeah, I mean, the majority. I feel like the majority of artists that are licensing on BeatStars, man, they're so respectful of the producers and what they're licensing, and they appreciate it. Like, these guys are going. Some of these guys and girls are going out making hits, going on selling out tours. Like, they're doing crazy stuff with these beats. You know, I think all we ask as a platform and as helping to represent the creators is my call is on really like the Spotifys of the world, the YouTubes of the world, you know, the social media platforms of the world, the TikToks of the world. Just remember us.
Yeah.
Like, remember the producer a little bit. Like, let the producers sit at the table a little bit. Let's make sure that their intellectual property is sorted out, and and we can, you know, and they can eat. You know, because these viral dances I'm seeing on TikTok. Okay, let's go. Let's get there. I mean, let's talk about it now. Like, these viral songs that are being on TikTok, these open verses, these you know, this is all BeatStars beats, man. The producers from the community, and I don't know. I just don't know personally how much these producers are involved in terms of monetization and you know, but you know, I'd like to see more transparency is basically what I'm saying. I'd like to see more transparency, more openness for the producer community to be recognized as an artist of these songs. Now, you guys been posting on TikTok, going at it, trying to engage your community in totally different ways than the old traditional kind of like beat selling ways, you know, ads or, whatever, YouTube, you guys are showing your personalities for now, and you guys are kind of like expressing your art in different ways, and you're doing it in a funny comedic way, and sometimes it's just following some TikTok trends to get some views, because it's business too. We need to get strategy. We need to get some views. We need people to look at what we're doing so they can see what buy our stores. Like, I'd love to hear about what you guys have been doing on TikTok, and then we'll get into She's Buff. Yeah. And then we'll get into She's Buff. But yeah, like which one of you guys was the guy that said, all right, we're going to start getting active on TikTok?
This guy.
So like when it comes to the marketing stuff, man, I've seen TikTok as a platform kind of like change people's like lives overnight, you know what I mean? And something simple by doing a dance, but at the same time, being a producer, like we're by ourselves, like 85% of the times we're making beats by ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're not on camera. We're not always like the main character. You know what I mean? We're in the background. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I seen that it's one of those things that we could do to easily bring traffic, but at the same time, it's like us presenting. We have to like take that extra step, get out of our shell, and do those like funny dances or use those sounds, but at the same time, kind of like bring it back to what makes us, which is music, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it was just all kind of a strategy type of thing, but after we started doing it, it was one of those things to where it became fun, you know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, shit, like, I think we're funny. We act fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah, we're funny. Because it's always so, like, selling beats, sometimes it's like...
It's just like, it's draining.
Do it, upload, upload. And there's no, like, fun component to it, to the promotion of it. And so you feel like that's helped you guys, like, inspire to make more music because you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I definitely think that, you know what I mean? And then also, like, by uploading those TikToks, you get more exposure. I mean, and then, of course, you make money. And, like, that's cool. But at the same time, it's like, me and him are making memories when we're making these fucking funny videos. Because, like, I still have cousins and people like, oh, that's you and your homie. Y'all making... That shit was funny, bro. Like, I'm like, then I look back and then, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're creating memories. So it's one of those things.
But sometimes it takes a lot. Like, producers like the background role. They like it and they get comfortable in it. And sometimes, you got to, like, jump out of you got to get uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it took a lot out of you for those first initial ones. Yeah. But now, do you feel like it's gotten easier and you feel more comfortable in your skin and you guys feel like you're not worried too much about what people will think and say? And
oh yeah, for sure.
What changed in the mindset there?
Like, honestly, I feel like I gained a lot of weight, and like ever since I started watching my health and like watching what I eat, I built more confidence. I lost 10 pounds already. And I'm just like, I feel more good. I could be in front of the camera. Because before I would get like bad anxiety. And like that's one thing I always struggle with too, anxiety. Like I never realized it until like this year, but it was just like this feeling was just like, bro, I can't do this. Yeah. But watching my health and just working out, and it kind of like tucked that anxiety in, just made me more confident. And of course Chris here, he's just like, bro, we gonna do this.
Nah, but even then,
not like that. But he's just like he's fun to be around. Like it's comfortable and like just
he doesn't let you get down. He doesn't let you get too nervous, and he doesn't let you get too high. Yeah. In a sense where you guys keep each other balanced.
Yeah, and then like when he like watches like certain videos and he laughs, he's like, bro, you did that. Like it kind of like makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't fuck it up. Yeah. So it's just like.
That's beautiful, man. You guys encourage each other. To get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
anxiety's real though, bro.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I used to have it pretty bad to the point where I would have like anxiety attacks where I couldn't breathe. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like being in front of a camera is like one of those things to where it's just like you care about what everybody else thinks sometimes, but at the same time you just you got to be confident as yourself as a person.
Yeah, facts.
And then I think it also comes to like loving yourself. You know what I mean? Like accept who you are, be the person you are. I mean, there's a crowd for everybody. Doesn't matter what you are, what like your title is. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a crowd for you. Like just be yourself.
Do you feel like the pandemic accelerated that a little bit? Because somebody told me that
Now that you say it,
Somebody told me that in 2 years we went through 20 years of actual like mental trauma.
Mental growth.
It was like 20 years compacted in 2 years. So our growth was forced in a short period of time.
Yeah.
And that's why we're more comfortable. That's why I'm sitting on the podcast now talking to you guys about life.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think so. I mean, that, you know, being to yourself, like, to a crazy extent to where you can't even go to the fucking store. You know what I mean? I definitely, you know, think that has accelerated, you know, self-growth and understanding more about yourself, stuff like that. And, I mean, I've seen it happen, like, to people and, like, you know, sometimes it was too much for people. You know what I mean? To where, like, life got the better of them. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely think it has helped and it's been beneficial, but at the same time, it's one of those things, man, where, you know, sad.
Mark, you were like, you said, oh man, I was overweight. I wasn't confident. And I wasn't, you sounded like someone that didn't love themselves anymore because of their physical appearance.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean?
Like, I don't know, when I looked at myself on like videos, bro, I don't know, it's just, I look big, you know?
Okay. but I know, I mean, we can all be so critical of anything, everything about ourselves. Like, we can always be super critical no matter. There's a million things you could probably find wrong about yourself. Like, you can pinpoint. But do you think that's like good in terms of like growth and overcoming things? Do you feel like when we hold on to those things, like hold on to those things that just make us insecure with ourselves, do you feel like that? I mean, I do. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't give a fuck anymore, man. Like I don't give I'm chubby. I don't give a shit. My nose is big. I'm bald. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just want to be me, and I just want to be myself, and I want to share my art, and I want to share my products, and I want to share my, you know, the stories. Like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, if you feel like you're hanging on to something that you can pinpoint, there's a million things we can pinpoint, and like go find me someone that's perfect.
Yeah.
Go find me someone that's just absolutely perfect in this world.
Yeah.
Go and you know, you're never gonna find that person.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
So if you know, self-love, man.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, you know, just like all those things that you're talking about, like somebody having a problem about, you know, certain things about themselves, they're overweight. I mean, there's always a good side of it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to find that hunger to, oh, I want to change. I want to be like this. You know what I mean? And that could drive you to success or happiness, whatever, you know, pleases you. But at the end of the day, you know, you just got to take the initiative to change it. So, like, Mark, he took the initiative to change it and, you know, started working out. And
honestly, like, it really improved me mentally, too. Like, I'm able to be more creative. And it's just, I feel like watching out for your health is really good.
Word.
Health, wealth, and happiness.
For sure, bro.
That's what I live by.
For sure, bro. If you can't be well and you can't be healthy, how you going to help anybody?
Facts.
You can't do nothing for nobody else. You got to make sure you're straight. Mentally, physically, spiritually, all of it.
Facts.
All right, so we're going to get into this this segment called Music Breakdown, and we're going to listen to a couple of your guys' tracks. One of them is your guys' top selling beats ever. I think it's probably the Dose. We're going to get into Dose, and then we're going to listen to She's Buff, and then we're going to get down in the breakdown of it. So Dante, go ahead and play Dose whenever you get a chance. We're going to listen to that by the BeatDemons.
Cue the music, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's an older beat. It still sells, though. It's wild.
Don't laugh at this. This was one of the game changers.
Nah, for real.
I feel like I can improve the mix.
You can improve the mix?
I feel like I can.
The mix was great.
Oh, thank you. It's all right.
What? Who started this? Who started this one?
I did.
This guy.
And where did the idea come from when you first kind of
honestly, bro, I found that bro, it's literally a bagpipe.
A bagpipe?
Yeah, a bagpipe, and I just like threw some reverb, pitched it up, and it sounded like a cat dying. Don't it sound like a cat? Or am I tripping?
It sounds like a guy's like about to throw up.
But it just look, there's just so much room.
Yeah.
Just so much room for the vocal, like such a great balance of
Yeah, that was the idea. I wanted to keep it simple. And also like you could tell it's like it leads up and then the beat drops. Like I kind of kept it in like an EDM form with like reggaeton and pop.
Why do you guys think this beat like did what it did?
But to me, bro, when I upload, this is like one of those beats. I was like, I just upload it.
I think it's partially like the simplism of it, the openness, and then it's just like it brings. I don't know. I feel like it's real hype. You know what I mean?
And not every beat performs this way, right?
No.
Like you guys will upload maybe 50 before you get one like
That just-
this,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just a numbers game, really.
yeah. Hell yeah. That shit loud.
But I mean,
All right, it kind of grows on me.
it does grow, bro.
Yeah.
It just, it's kind of like it gets you, you know,
it's
like
weird 'cause
infectious.
I think it was also like perfect timing though, because when we dropped this is when like the reggaeton also started kind of like going crazy like amongst everybody online.
Oh, and that's crazy. This song got played at a Bad Bunny concert.
Oh, I remember at a concert,
Yeah,
you
it
guys sent me a video.
Yeah, it got played at we don't even know how it got played. Somebody played it on the fucking whole PA system right before Bad Bunny comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We're
crazy.
like, so that's another thing. We don't even know, like, we didn't get credit for it. We didn't get paid for that. So it's just like, but at the same
Right.
time, it was like,
Maybe it was a DJ.
yeah, I was like, shit, that's still pretty cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Nah, that beat like that was on the BeatStars chart. Holy shit! For man, how long you think it was on the chart for? Probably still is sometimes.
nah, it definitely still gets like a bunch of sales, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it was going strong for years, like stupid amount of like sales. I'm surprised a big artist
Was
hasn't
that
got
a
on it.
six-figure sale beat? Like, did that beat do over six figures?
Yeah.
That one beat did over six figures.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
It's one of those ones.
Yeah,
and you just don't know. You just people
That's-
just resonated with it.
Yeah, it was
and
so
and you, Mark, you were like, I don't even know if people are gonna even like this.
Yeah. I was just like,
It's not up to you, by the way.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of creation, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a creator, you just got to keep releasing music, bro. You're gonna have that one that's just gonna resonate with everybody, and that's what happened with Dose.
How many plays that one got on YouTube on BeatStars?
like at least 1 million.
At least 1 million, right?
At least 1 million. But it's weird. I just think it just like it converts more. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it won't need 100 million views. It just needs like
You know
out
what's
of the
crazy when you
millions,
think about
probably,
it?
like,
When you
half
think
of
about
people
it, like
purchase.
1 million plays turned into much more than 6 figures in sales.
Yeah.
Go find me any place in the world that can pay you that kind of money for 1 million plays, or like you can earn potential earnings of you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's facts.
You buy a couple cars with that.
No, but I'm just trying to say, like
Like,
music.
it's
and people,
weird.
people keep saying, music's dead. Music can't be monetized. Music can't be valued. Music can't be worth something. Like 1 million people. I'm not, I'm not gonna name too many names, but some of these platforms are paying pennies for 1 million plays, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
Nah, for
mean?
sure.
So that just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy that people still value the art in that way,
Yeah.
where they're willing to put their money, even just from 1 million plays, turn that into someone's salary, bro. An amazing salary, one beat.
Yeah. Nah, it's
It's
crazy.
We don't have to talk about all the other beats.
Yeah, nah, that's just one of like
That's just
500.
one.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's definitely
it's
a good
crazy,
feeling.
bro.
All right, so this
crazy.
next song is something that went super viral
So random.
on TikTok, and we're
always
going to talk about how that happened, when it happened. So go ahead, Dante. Go ahead and play that. She's buffed.
You gotta do that.
I know, right? Do we still gotta do the dance?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I don't know how to do it, but let me.
It's like
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know.
It's simple.
It's kind of funny, but it's weird. I don't know.
So what was everyone doing with this song? I saw like
They were
families. I
just
saw
dancing.
families.
Yeah, they were dancing to it.
Yo,
This part, I saw this part.
Yeah.
bro, it's crazy. You watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The cast of Stranger Things did
They did it?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was fanboy. I was like, what the? I love Stranger Things.
I love Stranger Things.
I hate watching series, but when I seen that, I was like, what the fuck? And everybody I knew was like, bro, this is Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, bro.
They're dancing to it. And I'm like, I just, sometimes I don't know. It's crazy.
It's just a-
beat me.
This,
And then Bobby Shmurda did a remix to it.
Did
he?
Yeah, he did. I ain't know but a hoochie daddy.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, that shit
Shout out to Bobby
hilarious.
Shmurda.
Yeah, nah, he's hilarious, bro. That shit was funny as hell.
damn. So
Yeah.
this, just fun, energy. It's just a sample, vocal sample.
Yeah.
DJ did a bunch of.
Yeah. So like pretty much we uploaded this beat like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then his homie does his name is SSJ 9000. That's what he goes on YouTube
9000.
9000 or SSJ 9K. He does Dragon Ball Z like remixes where he draws the actual stuff. And then he does like a rap song behind it. And this was one of those. And that's the thing where you see that ass, baby. That's him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so he pretty much just picked the beat, uploaded a video, and then a couple years go by, he got millions of views on it. And then a DJ remixed it, leaked the DJ. He does like a Jersey remix to it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it somehow ends up on TikTok, sped up a little bit more, and then got a fucking viral
that song, yeah.
over like 2 million videos on this.
2 million people used it.
Yeah.
Crazy. I saw my nieces, my cousins. I saw all kind of random ass people in my family. Like didn't even. I wanted to message them. I'm like, guys, that's my my homies.
Yeah.
But you know, so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Dante, can we pause that? That was like a cool little moment, you know, little moment, like a cultural TikTok moment. It's good to have those, and it keeps the name fresh and going. I'm seeing a lot of producers now, you know, really interacting well on TikTok. So it's cool it's a good collaborative platform, I think.
Yeah.
You guys just went gold on
the Tink song.
yeah,
Bottom
Tink.
Bitch.
Bottom Bitch, Tink song.
Shout out Tink. And see, that's
Tink's a legend too, man.
Oh no, for sure, man. And I feel like that was one of the ones where we could like mostly like appreciate it because
it happened naturally. Like,
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, her manager hit us up, chopped it up with the manager. Tink still follows us and stuff
Sick,
like that.
sick.
So like, it's pretty cool, man. You know, and it going like gold.
They
was-
noticing now, man.
Yeah.
The world is seeing what the BeatDemons.
could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even like.
What's next though? What's What's the future look like?
You want to tell them?
All right, man. So we've been in the production game for a while. I think it's time for us to switch it up and become some artists. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
drop some music as artists.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So I think.
But
Right,
you guys were starting a label at some point too. You guys were thinking about doing that.
yeah,
right?
we're considering like the whole label stuff. So you know, like working with artists and kind of like dropping some stuff as like on a DJ Khaled type of thing. You know what I mean?
Compilation album.
Yeah. So you know, as far as like some of these placements that we got, we're starting to utilize them to kind of like pivot into becoming an artist and releasing songs like that. So
Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda did a remix to the She's Buff, and part of that deal is that he does a song for us, and and then we cleared the sample, and then same thing with Quinn NFN.
Yeah, you guys put out something with Quinn.
Yeah, we got so many songs
Yeah.
with Quinn NFN, and shout out to Quinn, man. That's the homie, bro.
Man, he's
Like,
been so supportive to you
Bro,
guys. That's another Austin legend.
super
Yeah.
supportive, and you know we greatly appreciate that.
Facts.
Yeah, man, it's dope. So we're kind of just like using our relationships and kind of just continue to grow as like producers and becoming artists and stuff like that. So,
So you guys are in the lab right now writing and recording too?
not writing, but like we're making beats and
Yeah.
coming up with like ideas.
Concepts?
Yeah, as far as like TikTok, like what.
I better get a guest verse at least.
Yeah.
Oh
one.
yeah,
I mean, hey,
bro,
what's up,
it's a
hey?
must. It's a must. It's a must.
What's up, man? Yo.
Hey,
Nah,
but on
I'm
the real
joking.
though, that
I'm
would be
joking.
kind of like start a record label. Cause
Yeah.
bro, we could attack so many different genres.
Yeah.
For sure.
'Cause, I mean,
Sure.
yeah,
You guys
'cause
should have done that a long time. I've been telling you guys to do that.
I mean, because we got some Spanish stuff, bro, with like some
Yeah.
people that wrote for like some big artists, like Doug V. He wrote for Fide.
Dude, I think so many people would love working with you guys. You guys
Yeah.
are honest dudes. You guys do right by everybody.
Facts.
You do business straight. You're not trying to rip nobody off.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you do business the right way, and people are attracted to that. So
Yeah.
if there's any artists that are already rocking with BeatDemons, already doing beats, rapping and singing on their beats, like hit them up, man.
Yeah.
There's more than
Plug
one.
up, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Get it, bro. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
guys, it's been like a beautiful blessing to have you guys here.
Oh,
Another
man,
full,
same here, bro.
full circle moment. You guys have been like my little bros for the last few years.
Appreciate it,
And
bro.
it helped me get through a lot of stuff in my life and my career, and helped me with so much, you know. And I'm grateful for our friendship, our
Likewise.
you
Yeah, me
know,
too.
our business relationship, and I hope we continue just, you know, doing amazing things.
Oh,
in
yeah,
our
for
lives.
sure, for sure, bro.
Man,
For sure,
We
man.
finna take
With
off
you,
to
bro.
Mars, bro. We gonna take off to
Love
Mars,
you
bro.
dudes, man. I love you dudes.
Love
My
you,
dog,
bro.
Love you
Yo,
too, man.
tell the people where they can find you guys, and you know,
Yeah.
social.
All right, but you can find us on Instagram, BeatDemons,
At BeatDemons.
at BeatDemons, Twitter at BeatDemons, YouTube BeatDemons, TikTok BeatDemons.
And then for beats,
Yep,
BeatDemons.com.
BeatDemons.com.
Gang.
BeatDemons.
Gang, gang.
Gang.
All right, that's a wrap. Pay the
Yes,
Creators
sir.
Podcast with the BeatDemons.
BeatStars, the foundation, the precedence. We flying flags in every city, global residence. And we killing off the masters. Ghetto slave driving bastards. We making hits faster than you could think. We're on the brink of revolution. All my indie music makers, here's your restitution. We got the game in a chokehold. Not paying the creators is a no-no. I got the smoke road for all the fam bam.